supporting the CBLOL region.
Yeah, they must win this game. Well, Turkey, seeing what they can do to try and get to the top of the standings. The Anivia has been banned away, though. The Morgana as well against Dumbledore, finally getting some respect. But there are so many champions that Dumbledore can play. I mean, he killed Faker on Janna, and they haven't banned that one yet.
Okay, Janna's okay. I don't think we're going to see it played in this game.
I also don't know why. I don't think that was the reason why Faker died.
I
think it was 5
just,
members of Besiktas in the mid lane.
I was just keeping over that. Don't worry, it's all good. Faker died. It kind of sends ripples throughout the entire scene. But the Bard, the guys on the desk talked about it, Loop and Dumbledore, contested pick coming up here. One support already banned away. But the usual suspects haven't been banned away. I like that the Anivia is banned, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because this now takes away a lot of the stalling potential that the CBLOL team have been doing. Of course, they ran that earlier for Kami in that middle lane and came up successful with it. So take it away. Don't allow them to drag it to the late game.
Yeah, and the flavor of the tournament has been banned away as well. In that Malphite now as well, but the Anivia and the Jax. Of course, the Morgana has been picked up multiple times by multiple players, especially Dumbledore, who's picked up a lot of success on it. Kassadin leaving the Rift. We'll see what the final ban is going to be. Tahm Kench is available, Elise is available, Rek'Sai is available, everything.
Irelia.
Yeah, Irelia is also available.
Why would you ban Malphite after Jax if you weren't looking for a carry top laner like an Irelia to come out? We know Lep plays Irelia.
But does Thaldrun play Rammus?
That is a very good point. But if you're going Rageblade Irelia, you start doing that mixed damage. So let's kind of look at, as you were saying, there's a lot of things available. Elise no longer available. That was banned out. Tahm Kench is up. Has been a first pick priority for a lot of teams, as is the Dr. Mundo. So there are a lot of top tier picks that are available for Brazil to pick up. But that means there's a lot that's going to go over to that first rotation red side. Yeah,
and there's also the fact that Brazil now haven't banned the Soraka.
Ah, yes.
So the bane of their existence left available this time around, or what we should assume is, because they've been banning it, no matter which side they're on.
They have, but does that tell you they're ahead of the curve or behind? And going back to their day one strat here, actually, Misfortune was another that has kind of fallen through the picks and bans phase that we didn't really pick up on.
Just do it, Thaldrun.
Looking for that wombo combo. Won't have a Malphite available for team fight, so Misfortune, she's kind of really strong at a lot of points of the game right now. You can just see how much damage that double up does, especially when you start getting a couple of extra items. I'm looking at what the Turkish team can do in response to that. Will they go for the Mundo, take it away? Will they look for the top tier picks?
Well, Crystal, he understands what to do. Malphite's been banned. Get the other super mega armor tank. See whether he can run around the Rift on it. Of course, Theak has already played that. Managed to pick up the victory on that champion, I believe. Thaldrun, most played champion in his league, but he's just going to switch over and pick up the Fiora. Of course, Fiora today has been doing fantastically well. We're looking at you, Smurf. You've been playing so well on the guy. And Crystal, I mean, I have a few statistics about Crystal's Rek'Sai. Generally, you want to get him off it, but during the IWC Q, I believe, I mean, the last, the summer split of their last tournament, he actually went 11 out of 20 games on Rek'Sai and had a 7.6 KDA. So he's played a heck of a lot of the champion.
Not bad.
Admittedly, it was a very different patch.
Yes, it was a long time ago, but Rek'Sai's maintained her spot at the top of the jungle pack. Still around there with Elise, now having Dr. Mundo added in as well. Revolta, we know he loves his early game. Elise not available this time around. Rek'Sai taken away. Lee Sin seems to be kind of that pick he's going to go for next. There are a couple of options still up if he wants to opt for perhaps the Kindred that is available. But we're really yet to see Kindred outside of the 1v1 tournament. I am surprised about that.
Well, Crystal has played it, but of course not opting into it this time around. Tahm Kench considered at the moment, and these are two power picks that would make a lot of sense for Brazil to pick up, and that just offers so much safety to BRTT on this Misfortune, who has always been a little bit stationary, even if she does have the strut.
And BRTT in this tournament so far has always been a little bit too far forward in a lot of the fights. So those things go hand in hand. Tahm Kench just runs up and goes, oh, okay, I'll save you this time.
Yep.
Don't do it again.
Silly Misfortune. Well, Naru and Holy Phoenix now to pick their champions. Of course, they'll probably leave Naru's till the last option, but we want to support. We also 180 carry. Let's see what Holy Phoenix decides to take into the Misfortune this time around. A lot of options. Although Holy Phoenix actually pretty outspoken in saying that there's only a few of them you'd really want to pick up. Lucian is going to be locked in. There's Brad, hovered by Naru. That Thunderlord's really giving him a lot of damage.
It's so silly. Like the fact that the meeps kind of stack that.
That's just ridiculous. He's been locked in though. There it is. We're going on a magical journey today, ladies and gentlemen. Right through the Margaret Court Arena. Incredibly excited. Loop is going to hover the Janna one more time. He does tend to do that, though, when he has no idea what to pick. And we'll see what they decide to lock in. 2 solo laners, please.
So what does Kami go for here? I mean, you look at what's available. Anivia's not there. Kassadin is not there. There's been 2 of the very blind pickle mid laners. Do you go something like a Victor?
Yes, Azir is also an availability.
Yes, Azir is also available. That will give them a fair amount of wave clear, fair amount of scaling to go with this.
And create space.
Can create that space for Misfortune. So would really synergize well with the rest of the team. Out of the top lane into this Fiora. We've seen the attempt at the Lissandra earlier. The matchup in the lane, not so great. Can have some utility when it comes to team fights.
Oh, Lep.
Fight fire with fire. I'm going to fight you with extra damage.
Yep, looking for the angry Viking in the top lane. That's going to be Lep picking up Olaf and Lulu as well for Kami here in the mid lane. He was very upset when he got completely bullied. And so he's just going to pick it up himself.
Yeah, he will. Lulu mid lane is fine. Like, I'm not... It's solid. It's never really going to be a particularly bad pick. It also now will synergize very well with the Olaf. That is the combination they're looking for with this, is speed up the Olaf, send him in, use the wild growth, and at that point, BRTT is not really the focus in that team fight for the Turkish side. Their attention has to turn to backing away from the Olaf, and then that's when Misfortune can run around dealing a whole lot of damage. So unless the Turkish team can pick up something to really prevent that, I wonder what they're going for from the mid lane. Naru, he does play a lot of Ahri. Victor is available.
It is. There are a lot of different choices, but Dumbledore has been hovering this one for quite some time, looking intently at his screen. They're going to lock it in, so Naru picking up the Ahri. I remember a long time ago, I mean, it was the first IWC tournament of the year. Naru actually played some fantastic Ahri. Ahri was legitimately the strongest mid lane pick that you could possibly go to, but still, was very, very impressive. We'll see how he does. The first outing, the Foxy Lady in the mid lane.
We saw Naru actually playing Ahri, if you remember, in the Ultimate Bravery. Not that it applies here.
That's true. We'll see whether he builds a frozen mallet or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see the same, but I'm confident now with Naru on a comfortable champion that Naru plus Crystal should cause a lot of problems here. You look at the Bard Ultimate come as well, look to catch people, follow up with the Charm, follow up with the Rek'Sai. And the Turkish team have a lot of ways of getting on top of you very quickly if you're out of position. However, saying that, the Brazilian squad have the Tahm Kench, they have the Lulu, they have the Mundo to kind of bail some of their carries out. So this is going to be a back and forth game. I can feel it already.
Yeah, the one thing that I really, really love about what Turkey have done here is they've created a pick comp with a Fiora. And if you have the grand challenge on someone, you create a zone where no one can fight you. You get free picks utilizing that ultimate basically every time you do. So we'll see whether they can actually coordinate that one correctly. Not to mention the fact that their skins look fantastic together. You'll see very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen, as they hop onto the Rift. There is a lot of coordination. I mean, Dumbledore's just looking a little bit differently. There it is.
That is very true.
Oh, man, love it. Absolutely love it. Make sure that you get on Twitter, guys. Use that hashtag CBLWin or the hashtag TCLWin. Let us know exactly who you think is going to take this game, whether it is going to be Turkey pulling ahead to that 4-1 scoreline, create an opportunity for themselves to pull ahead of the pack. Well, we are going to hop onto the Rift. Ladies and gentlemen, Brazil taking on Turkey, the kings of their respective wildcard areas, you have to say, in a lot of ways. See who's going to be able to take this one out. And Brazil, they really need to get some wins on the board now. They had a disappointing day yesterday.
Yes, they really do. I mean, being beaten by 2 of the lower table teams...
Hey, man.
Is
watch out what you say.
Now top of the table teams. Let's keep that in perspective. I'll adjust my own phrasing there.
Yep.
At the beginning of yesterday...
I was going to say Oceania is not at the top of the table at the moment. Unfortunately.
I wasn't going to go there, Max. I have said too many derogatory things so far about
I can't have you being scared, though. I mean, we got to be real here on the cast.
We're being real, but it's not even an OC game. Like, we're in Turkey, Brazil, Max. It's,
glutton for punishment. Exactly what it is. Well, the vitals are being shown here, but Lep still happy to go to town on Thaldrun. Passive doing some work, wants some extra movement speed. Attack speed if you can. Thaldrun's going to back away, going to head back towards the top lane when he can. Ooh, minions are going to spawn, though. That might mean that Thaldrun can't go home.
Not able to right now, and Lep right now looking at it. Neither of them has used a potion, so they're kind of solid on this point. Thaldrun's like, I'll just use the Doran's Blade. It's fine. Just dodge the axes. Play that game.
Yeah, Thaldrun is getting frustrated. It's like, why are the vitals on the wrong side of the champion?
Yeah. Oh, that's one of the most frustrating.
Oh, so
things.
frustrating.
It's like I can't even queue like that. That's.
Yeah, TT holding this wave, trying to get a push on. Already, Loop heading towards the lane. Double Doge hanging around here as well, trying to grab some brush control. Already, look at that meep damage. Boom.
Meep, meep.
Yeah, Brad, what a monster.
Roadrunner in action down in this bottom lane, but for the Brazilian team, I am a little worried at the very same problem in a little aspect as we just saw from the Japanese team, and that is that they have no primary engage. They have crowd control in the form of Tahm Kench and a Lulu knocker, but to get there initially is all going to be on Lep running in. And it's difficult to do that.
Well, speaking of difficult, another vital in exactly the right spot. 100 health for Lep. He may need to use that teleport and already use the Ghost.
Yeah, that's really not a good start in this situation for the Brazilian team.
Playing like a Riven player as well, you know, just so aggressive in lane. Like, what is a jungler? I'm the only one here on this map.
We have to keep in mind that this Olaf was picked into the Fiora.
Yeah.
And in the early game, isn't having a very good standing against the Fiora either. I would have been interested to see whether Thaldrun hit level 2 first and went aggressive. Lep did get level 2 at a very similar time, but that matchup is not exactly going the way they want. Mid lane, though, Kami's going to be forced to flash.
Yeah, he's going to get knocked up, but Flash does come out. Builds himself up. Big cooldown, though. We'll see whether Crystal comes back.
This is one of these mid laners where Kami is going to try and use those auto attacks with the corrupting potion early on. The problem is, Ahri, you have to respect the charm at all times. If you try and step forward to harass, she just throws out the charm, backs away. Top lane, however, is where both junglers are. I don't think Revolt has been spotted at this point.
Yeah, their Spidey senses were tingling, though. Yeah. Really intelligent not to go too aggressive there, as they could see Lep just wasn't moving. So, of course, I have a feeling that he's probably got some friends hanging around. Thaldrun's going to use his teleport to get back to the lane and decided that he wants to win it, as he's got double Doran's Blade now in his back pocket. Revolta hanging around here, getting some vision. You can see Lep even moving in. They may actually contest this red buff, which could be dangerous. That's 3 wards already around the topside jungle. Loop's just going to eat Misfortune. Delicious. She's getting taken down very low. A lot of aggression from Holy Phoenix. That Light Slinger passive doing work.
And it seems like we just got a glimpse of what I think is happening fairly often in this lane, is BRTT is stepping forward to try and last hit, and just the timing from the Turkish team seems to be just use the Piercing Light in conjunction with knowing that BRTT is stepping forward to farm, and he just keeps getting hit. And that is what is making him back away and miss CS. You can see it's already 10 CS difference there from Revolta.
Oh, Revolta uses the flash to get over the Baron wall, or the Herald wall. Harold's wall.
Harold's.
Haven't decided what to call that wall just yet, as you may have noticed. But it is going to be Crystal losing a red buff out of that one and having the Mundo just wander away unscathed.
And for this Brazilian team, I mean, they're relying on BRTT to do a fair amount of work in this game. I mean, Kami has been put on a champion that, while Lulu can do a lot of damage, her general purpose is for utility. Lep is such an important factor too, and he's getting focused.
Yeah, Thaldrun now trying to get the vitals, does hit it, that's one more, the riposte comes in, but Crystal grabs the first blood, and Turkey, 1,000 gold ahead.
And this is just the Turkish team highlighting exactly what they need to do to shut the Brazilians out of this game very early on. Shut down the Misfortune just with lane pressure, shut down Lep on the Olaf ganking top lane constantly, and there's going to be nobody that'll deal damage, or at least nothing strong enough to deal with the Turkish team.
Holy Phoenix is going to town on this lane as well. 49 CS to 34, top and bottom definitely winning here for Turkey. Especially after that gank in the top lane. Kami very even at the moment with Naru, but Naru is known as the carry of this team as well. This guy is a prodigy from Turkey, a lot of people say. He's been playing for Dark Passage for an incredibly long time. He's the captain of the team. So can definitely hold his own. At the moment, I mean, it's a Lulu, so it's going to be pretty frustrating to deal with.
Yeah, Ari into Lulu is not the easiest of matchups to get a kill in. Certainly not impossible.
I don't think anyone into Lulu is an easy matchup to get a kill in.
Nope, and that is one of the biggest things here is Kami also doesn't have the kill pressure in response. On a regular lane, Kami
my goodness, that damage
tends to be pretty good at getting a lead and extending it, just getting a kill from that lane, but in this situation, the matchup does not favor him, so he's heavily relying on everybody else, and right now,
that makes
not
sense.
in a great spot. I mean, 10 CS down in the top lane, 15 CS down in the bottom lane, a big item disparity when it comes to the laning phase. On the AD carries, Lep once again getting ganked. BF Sword against the Hammer, or the Warhammer, is just going to do so much damage for Turkey. Look at that damage!
Look at that piercing light doing so much work. Make It Rain just soaked up by Holy Phoenix. He doesn't care who he's auto-attacking. He just wants to be hitting a champion. He's going to do so. Grey Health going to help loop out there, but you can see just eats those relics back into fighting. Oh, nice devour from Loop just to make sure the BRTT didn't cop that light slinger to the face. Holy Phoenix he looked at the minions for a second there and went, what am I thinking? Gotta kill champions
here. It's, Dumbledore just been real close on about 2 or 3 of these Cosmic Bindings. Again, Crystal's top. This time Revolta is there.
Yeah, another counter gank left though. Getting challenged. One more Vital. Baldrin looking for it. Is he going to have the Q? There it is. Tons of healing to come in. Crystal says, I'll take a little bit of that, but I don't really want a banjo. Not going to be one, though. Ukulele's not there. That's actually a cleaver.
Yeah, that is a cleaver. And that hits considerably more than small wooden musical instruments. So I think coming to a fight in this kind of setting, I think the cleaver is a lot better. But that was just very crisp, very clean.
Oh, my goodness. Even with all the Grey Health helping out, Holy Phoenix, he gets exhausted, though. Does have to relentlessly pursue away from the turret. I know that's an interesting thing to talk about, but that's exactly what he did.
And he got the heal from Misfortune. 2 summoners for taking 1 tower shot and Eing away is incredibly worth for Holy Phoenix. And that is just him on form. I was a little bit skeptical of how he performed in the last couple of days. Was solid overall, but was just trying to make one too many plays. That's the kind of play that will pay off if he continues to do that. Problem is, if he oversteps here, Revolta is around, but the health difference is massive between these 2 teams right now.
Whoa!
Double up on the damage.
Still does so much damage, even if you're behind. He's behind like 25 CS. Ouch. Doesn't matter, double up will almost kill you.
That's a little ridiculous, I'm not going to lie.
So
that is a lot of damage for being down in this lane, BF Sword into Warhammer.
Yeah. Well, few auto attacks, love to have coming in from BRTT as well. Holy Phoenix thinking his lucky stars that one didn't hit him. It's like a mini-game, like some sort of RNG situation. If there's minions there, it's like, am I going to get actually killed by this double up?
There have been so many kind of rejigs of the cone that double up works from. This is insane. It makes
I feel like guilty every time. Make It Rain comes down. You can see Crystal wanting to dive. He's going to head in there. The Devour's not going to be enough. Holy Phoenix with the double tap's going to lock that one down. Tempered Fate comes in, that'll save him. Still some minions around. That is fantastic use of this Bard, and Dumbledore never fails to impress, Stress.
Nope, does not fail to impress.
That rhyme was unintentional.
The jerry-rigged Dome Wrecker in the early game there, just looking for the tower dive. It's all right, it's all good. That all stems from the fact that Loop used the Devour so early, they didn't read that Crystal was coming down. Devour used early just made it impossible for BRTT to stay alive in that situation. Didn't matter how many double-ups he was hitting, there was no way he was surviving that.
Holy Phoenix now has a hammer of his own, as well as a glove. Man, he's got a glove to hold the big old hammer and a sword in the other hand. This guy is definitely going to do some work. That Essence Reaver getting built towards very quickly, whereas BRTT forced to grab the pickaxe for lane. I was going to say power, but he won't have any power against this Lucian, but he had to buy it so that he could at least have some AD, but it's not going to help him out getting towards that Essence Reaver, getting his build online.
Yeah, that's such a frustrating feeling, is you know that you shouldn't be going this.
No.
You know that it's so
feels so bad
right
to
now
build.
because you'll be behind the curve when it comes to your first, second item spikes, and it means that Misfortune, before she gets into these team fights, is so weak. now you're relying on getting so much space to get a full channel of the ultimate off, and you look at it, there's a charm to interrupt, there's Cosmic Binding that can interrupt, the knockup from Crystal can interrupt the bullet time as well. So, man, there is a lot that can stop BRTT from doing damage, but they can't seem to stop Holy Phoenix.
Yeah, in comes Naru. There's the bullet time, but Holy Phoenix just flashes out of the way. It's an easy double kill for Holy Phoenix. 4-0-0 for the Lucian. Holy Phoenix is having the game of his life today. This is just going on. I was going to say, well, game of his life, probably not. He got a pentakill last time I saw him at a Wildcard event, but still.
Oh, mid lane, Kami.
Definitely having a good time. Dumbledore's able to get the stun after the flash because it made contact, and Kami's just going to get taken care of. 7 kills so far for the Turkish team, and this is a snowball.
Well, they picked Ari, they picked Fiora. If there's one thing they wanted to, and that was one of those...
I'll take mid-game fighting, please.
Yeah, for 100 points?
Yeah, 100 points.
Okay, cool. Well, Ari and Fiora, there we go. Yeah. But that was one of those interactions with Bard that is so frustrating to see. Or at least as a player, that is exactly as intended. Is when the first part of the Cosmic Binding hits, it will continue to travel in a straight line, and it doesn't matter whether you flash or anything. If it hits the wall, you get stunned in your destination. It's you
have to flash before it happens.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot get hit by the first part of that.
Well, Dumbledore's able to lock down that kill quite nicely. His Bard, just his general support play has been fantastic this tournament. And Brazil going to grab themselves a Constellation Dragon.
I mean, it doesn't... this is one of those situations where Dragon doesn't matter compared to the Rift Herald. We're 12 minutes in, Lucian's already taken bottom tower, now they've given it the Rift Herald buff to him, he's taking top tower from this as well. This is the kind of snowballing that can be made from the Rift Herald right now, is they've already got an advantage and they're looking to shut this game out very quickly.
They most certainly are. You can see Lep trying to do what he can to get back in this lane. Does have the double Doran's Blades, but that's a Tiamat very close to a Hydra here for Tholdren, as well as that Phage that are being picked up. Of course, the standard Black Cleaver, as well as that Ravenous Hydra, can be gathered. Haven't seen anyone switch in between, you know, the Ravenous Hydras.
I mean, there are very few champions I feel like that is actually useful.
I think it's like Renekton, and like, about that's it.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a nice interaction, don't get me wrong, but between the two, it's not the most useful of things.
That's a good point. Maybe Ravenous Hydra better as like a single item on Renekton, and then you switch it to Titanic.
Just get that extra tankiness.
Yeah. I don't know. Trying to work it out. I think it's a cool interaction, the fact that you don't have to pay for it. Tholdren, though, split pushing on the bottom side against 2 people, seems to be having a decent time. And Revolta, Masochism. Oh my goodness. It's a worry.
Man, this difference in bottom lane is just getting further and further. But the more that BRTT is just stood in a lane trying to defend the turret and just clear the minions as fast as possible without actually getting all of the CS, because he's just trying to stop the flow. Over on the other side, Holy Phoenix is just like, okay, well, I'm going to push and I'm going to get everything because I've already got an Essence Reaver and a
He's already got 30% CDR.
Yeah, I mean, he's at 143 CS to 94 right now.
Yeah.
That is, it's not quite as big as the gap we saw earlier in Game 1, where Lucian kind of Flame Horizoned the enemy, I believe it was a Vayne.
It was.
Not quite
and
the
then
same
he lost the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, we'll take the victories where we can get them.
Oh. The Cullen comes out, Lep says, okay, well, I'm not going to chase him anymore because he's going to kill me. Which makes a fair bit of sense. 4-0-0 for the Lucian means that he can make things happen. But Turkey, 4 men strong here in the mid lane, able to turn things around. That's 2 turrets that they're going to grab in very quick succession. Bullet time comes out over 3 members, but it's just not doing any damage. Not with that build from BRTT. Just doesn't have very much money. 9,000 gold at 15 minutes. This is ludicrous. This is one of the biggest early leads we have seen this tournament.
It really is. I mean, 3,000 of that gold right now is between the 80 carries.
Yeah.
There is a 3,000 gold lead that Lucian has over Miss Fortune. And, you know, not only that, the experience, Lucian has 2 levels. Lucian is a higher level than Lep is right now.
Yeah.
That is predominantly from the kills, not gonna lie. A lot of experience he's got from the side lanes as well. But how do you deal with that? I don't really know at this point. You kind of just...
Well, if you work it out, Stress, please let Brazil know, because they need to figure it out.
I can kind of theory craft on one way, and that is hope that for some reason Holy Phoenix tries to make one of those insane plays, 1 versus 5, dies and then the rest of the team kind of don't do anything while that's going on. But that's about as optimistic as I've got right here.
Yeah.
Because, again, Lep and BRTT are the ones that are going to provide the damage. Lep doesn't have a finished item, BRTT doesn't have a finished item, and Holy Phoenix has 2.
Yeah, he's got... Oh my goodness, the rapid fire cannon has come in as well. So some extra range for Holy Phoenix if you'd like it. And you get 2 shots as well if you use the Relentless Pursuit and then use the rapid fire cannon. It's like double the value of the extra range.
Double value.
That's pretty good.
It basically just returns Lucian to his old style. I mean, it's a considerable amount more attack range than he used to have after he had 50 shaved off. But
yep, it's a D-nerf.
Ridiculous.
Well, Naru moving towards the Baron. There's nothing there though. Rift Herald's going to be up possibly a little while. Turkish lineup looking to see if they can grab that before the Baron takes its place. They have let this gold lead slip back just a little bit.
Just a touch. It's still significant. But,
it is. No turrets have been taken either, and you can see there's so much pressure in these lanes now that Holy Phoenix has come back, as well as Tholdren. Both of these players, just there's not one person that can stop them right now. Revolta heading towards the bottom lane. Bullet time comes in. That's a decent exhaust. Holy Phoenix can get eaten. Loop tries to grab him, but look at that ultimate out from Dumbledore one more time. He is so good at this, but flashing forward, grabs the stun onto Loop. Tholdren looks for it. Challenge hasn't gone down just yet. Wild growth in here from Kami as he's trying to save his support player. May not be enough grand challenge onto Kami though. Naru comes in the backside. He's already flashed away, but that was the quickest double kill I've ever seen. Naru just destroys 2 members. And Tholdren able to help him out, and they take down the inner turret as well. This Turkish team, I don't know what they had for breakfast, but I really want some.
For the most part of that was a 2 versus 4, and the Turkish team still come out ahead, don't lose anybody.
That was tempered fate, though.
Yeah, brilliant tempered fate. Dumbledore just did so much work. Not only that, he hit 2 double cosmic bindings in a row in that fight. Managed to prevent the escape from the Brazilian team, and man, as you said, I don't know what they had for breakfast this morning, but I will have whatever that happened.
Yes, yes, please. And I just want to go back to what Rusty said. He said that Bard is first pick or ban material, and Dumbledore is definitely trying to prove his point right here. Look at that.
Great tempered fate. I mean, this was perhaps the opening that they could have punished Holy Phoenix. He was fairly, I guess, fairly overextended. Turns out not so much, because Dumbledore is actually a god right now.
Oh, yeah.
The Bard. And you can see another
some spooky ghosts as well for the slow.
And then Naru just comes in. I mean, we haven't even had to talk about Naru in this game at all. There has been really everything on Holy Phoenix. Yes, Tholdren's been able to do work. Yes, Naru has done a lot of work as well.
Spooky. Tempered Fate comes down again. That is 2 delivered kills. Make It Rain comes in. BRTT trying to help out. Look at that piercing light. The culling as well. Point blank. There is a lot of damage to be had. Holy Phoenix flashes forward. BRTT's dead. He's looking for more afterwards. The undertow is going to slow him down. Kami there as well. Oh, actually a lot of extra damage. Thunderlord's doing some work. Thank you very much for the ward, says Holy Phoenix as he gets a bit of his health back.
Now, do they run up, rush the Rift Herald before it despawns, get that onto somebody? I don't believe so. They're actually out of time.
Or do they just wait 20 seconds and take Baron?
Yeah, I think that's the other option. They could have actually done both.
Yeah.
Not that it's all that.
Just hung around.
Yeah. Just hang around. We're like, we'll take you out, and then whoever comes to take on us, we'll take him out as well. It's like, you bring your friends, Rift Herald.
Sounds greedy to me, Stress.
It's like the big brother comes along. It's like, I don't want any of this anymore.
Hey, you killed my son.
We're actually friends. I'm just playing, man.
Speaks.
Yeah, maybe not.
We got to get off this one. Inhibitor down in the bottom lane, though, of course, after all of that action. 12 kills to 0. 0 turrets taken. This could almost be a perfect game if you discount the Dragons in favor of Turkey. They're going to take this Baron. It's down to half health. No one from Brazil is anywhere near this pit because they know they can't fight them. Magical Journey. It's going to be taken just for fun. The rest of the team just goes, there's no one here, guys. We can just press B.
I mean, the Dragons aren't offering anything at this point, so I think we can actually disregard them. Until 2 more get taken somehow, we can just kind of say, okay, they were there. There was consolation. Yeah, Participation award.
Participation award. Denied the perfect game, theoretically. Very good point. But Kami one thing that we can say is the fact that he's stayed at least even on CS, comparable to most of the members of Turkey. They have been focusing mostly on killing champions, so which is something to be said, as BRTT is now getting decimated by Holy Phoenix. That looked too easy.
It was too easy. He just ran up to him and was like, well, you were out of lane 10 seconds ago, and now I kill you.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how long you run for, you can strut your stuff.
Well, he often has a horse, you know. Holy Phoenix, referred to as Khal Drogo.
Yeah, that is very true.
A fair bit. Moves pretty fast.
At this point, really all CBLOL has going for them is in this game they seem to be the mother of dragons, but it's actually not doing too much.
Yeah, that is true. And look, I don't think there's a few references, but they're dangerous stress, so we're not going to go there anymore.
Are they spoiler dangerous? Because please don't.
No, they're just dangerous in general. Thaldrin is going to be pushing up this bottom lane. See the mid lane, fairly balanced, but Turkey's just going to take the top inhibitor turret as well as the inhibitor, make it rain. Not going to stop Holy Phoenix. The culling comes out. He just loves pressing his R button. Please just kill the inhibitor. He's going to do so. Now another double. Oh, that's going to be a triple tempered fate for Dumbledoge as well. Crystal going to get the knock up as he heads in there. Naru with a bunch of damage and so much mobility with that Spirit Rush. Holy Phoenix now just darting around outside of these turrets. Turkey has them well and truly on the ropes.
And this is what a lot of people were talking about with the preseason patch, about how quickly games can close. Once you get ahead, especially with your AD carry...
It's this comp as well.
Yeah, like... and that was what I was going to say. Is as soon as you get ahead with an earlier game composition, we've seen so much Anivia and stalling tactics. In this game, there weren't those stalling tactics, and it allows the Turkish team to close very quickly with a lot of coordination. Now they're quite low and they may have to back away, but it depends on if Holy Phoenix can turn the damage.
Oh, that challenge coming in, but Loop able to stop it from coming out. You can see the Magical Journey has been taken over the wall. Low members on Turkey, but they really wanted to take that fight. Lep was so lucky Loop was there. One thing I want to say, Stress, is that Spawn mentioned that this is exactly what Brazil should have done.
Yeah, it really
just go all in on the early game power, and Turkey just went, all right, that sounds like a really good idea, man. We'll do the same thing.
Yeah. Turkey were like, let's see, we'll do that first. Yeah, exactly. We'll do it better than you, and that'll be great. But, I mean, they first picked the MF after banning Malphite, which, you know, they kind of go hand in hand, but they're not necessary to go with each other. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to get that bullet time out. Then they try and pick this Olaf into the Fiora. The lane goes away from them. And you're at a situation where Lep really can't do anything. BRTT still can't do anything. He hasn't really been able to do anything since he got into the lane and got harassed out by Holy Phoenix. I mean, as soon as you start taking those piercing lights in the lane like that, it's pretty much the end. It's like Tahm Kench can't really benefit too much for you from that situation. It's only the help he'll get from that relic shield stacks. But they just took too much damage in the lane, and Holy Phoenix has done a great job of pushing the advantage every single time he's had the opportunity to.
And he's also now got a Blade of the Ruined King, so it's 3-item Lucian. So much attack speed and so much extra mobility as well from the active of that item. Not to mention he can cut down the health stacking of the Olaf and the Mundo, but at the moment, it's just another damage item, which is just going to make him even more ridiculous. I have a feeling he could have built anything with AD on it, and it would have been a good idea. But Spooky Ghost's coming out one more time. Oh, Tempered Fate lands. Loop has a misfortune in his mouth. Revolta already down to half health, but that bottom inhibitor is going to fall. It's the last remaining one. That Nexus turret is basically dead, is going to die, and this is the last fight for Brazil. Loop is going to get destroyed. Bullet time across a lot of members of the team, but it's just not doing the damage. The Nexus is what the Turkish team has their eye on. And it's the perfect game, 16-0. They didn't lose a turret. And Turkey just out of control.
What a great game from them. Everything was on point. The game plan from Picks and Bans, the way they played it out, having a massive advantage in the bottom lane, shifting it